of course, about half of your patients you are not going to retain in any kind of chronic health care programs. This has to be taken in consideration. And of course, but HIV is also, gives also an opportunity in sub-Saharan countries because of the many centers on the ground. There are many HIV centers on the ground, and they give an opportunity also to scale up other types of provision, healthcare provision for other chronic conditions, as in fact the General Assembly of United Nations here declared, okay, also because there is a linkage, biological linkage. You know that HIV is a clear risk factor for many diseases like cancer and also cardiovascular, including stroke and other neurological diseases like epilepsy, polyneuropathies, dementia, and probably also migraines. And so the suggestion is to integrate HIV/AIDS prevention with other non-communicable diseases, just because of this. But the problem is how to do this. We started with this program as Community of Sant'Egidio is a faith-based community, very open. The DREAM program means drug relief with, through excellent and advanced means, and to promote health transition in sub-Saharan Africa, and of course to introduce excellence protocols to manage the double burden of HIV and chronic, both communicable and non-communicable diseases. We started in 2002 in Mozambique, because there is a strong link between the community of Sant'Egidio and Mozambique, but also in many sub-Saharan countries, because of the peace signed in Rome at Community of Sant'Egidio Place in 1992, after more than 12 years of dialogue. And so far, we have now 48 health centers in 11 nations in sub-Saharan Africa. These are public health centers where people can get everything for free, and they are inserted into local governmental health systems. And in addition to the health centers, we have also 25 labs, laboratories, including molecular biology. That means we introduced excellence since the very beginnings, because you know that you cannot follow properly HIV unless you measure viral load. And to do this, you need molecular biology, and also with specialized personnel inside there. And we have about 500,000 of people now, HIV-positive patients, regularly monitored with the follow-up, including clinical monitoring, blood samples, education and prevention, and communities involvement. You know how much the last three aspects are important to properly manage HIV. And just to show you the starting point, in order to never lose hope when you start, how the situation was when we started, and you can compare here easily Western countries and sub-Saharan African countries. Triple therapy in Western countries, yes, in Africa, no, and so on. Viral load detection, yes, but in sub-Saharan Africa, no. ARV during pregnancy, in Europe, yes, but in Africa, no. Test and treat, yes and no. You can see the same illness, but two different ways of treat. This was clearly an injustice. And we fought this since the very beginning, and it was not easy, and it is not easy, of course, but we introduced since the beginning the same approach of excellence, okay, also in sub-Saharan Africa. And we also started and we ran a very deep education and training program in all the countries. I am personally involved in this type of education and training, including also face-to-face, but also working together on the ground, and in order to enhance communication also at distance with different means, and I'll show you afterward. And we have educated and trained more than 10,000 African personnels. All our 48 dream centers are run by personnel. Dream is Africa first. So we are very proud of this. And you see we have educated doctors, clinicians, biologists, lab technicians, coordinators, managers, health personnel, home care personnel, counseling and so on, but also technicians for PC networking, renewable energies. So, and we have run more than 28. In November we will have another one Pan-African course. And we have, of course, a dedicated software, just here a few screenshots, that in this software we know everything of each one of our patients, from social forms, social information, to visits, appointments. We can monitor everything, the drug consumptions, the drug adherence to the treatment, adherence to the appointments, familiar problems, in order to stay in touch as much as possible. Of course, we talk very much, we listen to these patients, and then we put all the information that we gather from different offices in the Dream centers inside the Dream software. So the patient is not followed only by the doctor or the clinical offices, but the whole center in the different parts, in the different departments. And also you can see here the Dream laboratories, including viral load detection, and we run also resistance studies, and you know how much important is this in the long run. And also to show you all this work that I'm briefly showing you, gave this very important result, retention. That means patients come back each and every time along the years. We lose only 1.3% of patients per year. This is a fantastic result. And another very important result is, in this context, thanks to the retention and to the fact that they trust in us because of the good communication, we have reached the UNAIDS 90-90 goal. That means 90% of the positive patients have the viral load suppressed, constantly suppressed after more than 2 years of follow-up. This is a very, very good result. And of course, the mortality rate has abated. We have more than 94% of survivors in pregnant women after delivery after 5 years. And also, in order to enhance communication, we have also a telemedicine program, thanks to the Global Health Telemedicine, that it is a branch of the DREAM program, and inside this we have also, I'm responsible of teleneurology system. We have recently published our data. But what I want to show you is just this statement. In order to have a good teleneurology system, you may have very nice equipments, a lot of money, but if you don't have, as they state in these very nice reviews published on Nature Reviews Neurologists, if you don't have regional knowledge and communication, that means relationship, the system will never work. So please, when you are talking about technology, computers, and all this kind of stuff, don't forget the human being is first. And also because you are going to invest in the best way your money. And in this way you can really have, thanks to the education, good answer needs a good question. Don't forget this. And also DREAM is sustainability. We are shifting from electricity to solar energy. And also I just want to show briefly some effects of the DREAM program comparing to other programs. The cost per patient of course is higher, you can imagine why, but also we are proud because the living patients are more, and also you can see how patients returning to a normal life from the first year starting treatment to the after 5 years, how much their income can be increased. This is a study done in Malawi with the local government. And also we have a program for TB, of course, as you can easily imagine. And this system has been very helpful in other conditions like Ebola. None of our patients, we are in Guinea, of course, no one of our patients missed the drug during that period. You know that this was an awful period. No people want to go out home. No people want to go in the hospital because of the illness of Ebola. But in our center, thanks to the network that they trust in us, we did educate all these patients and explaining, doing the right things, and they accepted to continue to be monitored at our centers, and they help us to gather other patients to the center, notwithstanding the fear that in those countries were in those people. And in summary, main achievements of DREAM are high retention, high survival, education and training, communication relationship with patients, and prevention is very good for prevention. And we are scaling up programs also for non-communicable disease. I don't talk about many other things like management of arterial hypertension, management of cardiovascular risk, management of various types of cancer, mainly of cervical cancer in women. And last, let me say, partnership is very important. And DREAM, I want to repeat myself, is a very good example when European countries and African countries decide to seriously work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Massimo. And the name DREAM, is it abbreviation or it is really your dream?
Of course, it's both. It's a dream. If you don't have vision, and this is why I'm here, because